I'm here with
Mr. Rilski.
All right, Mr. Rielski, thanks for taking a few minutes to talk about just the admission process.
Yeah.
So tell us more about what you do here on campus.
So I'm the director of enrollment here at Notre Dame Prep. So obviously days like today, the open house is a big day for us as we show off Notre Dame to so many wonderful new families. But enrollment isn't just getting them in, it's also making sure students are happy and successful so that we can lead them to a great graduation. So it's really the 4-year journey, or sometimes 2-year journey with some of our transfer students. But so this is a big day for us. We're really excited to welcome these amazing families.
Yeah, so there's a lot of clubs here today. And so what do you think, how do these clubs contribute to that society and that culture that we have here at NDP?
Yeah, when I meet new families, I really say 3 simple things. We're a Catholic school, certainly. We're a college prep school, but at the end of the day, high school is supposed to be fun. And most students find their fun in student activities like clubs, like sports, performing arts. So that's really why we showcase these events. Once again, never backing away from the fact that we are a Catholic school first and foremost, and certainly academics are important. But you know what? These fun co-curricular activities are very, very important.
Very true. And now with the new art center that we're getting, hopefully that'll really help a lot of these clubs really push that to the next level.
Yeah,
right?
Especially a day like today, people, you can't miss it. It's literally rising. We talk about we rise here at Notre Dame, but that building is rising before our eyes. So it's really, really exciting. We're hoping to be ready for the musical in the spring.
So Dog Pound, we're the student spirit coordinators, so we do a ton of behind-the-scenes stuff. We do spirit weeks and pep rallies, and we lead a ton of football games, and I know this year's been weird, but we've still been there trying to show all of our spirit.
So what are the goals of this club, and what are the goals for maybe future students who are coming in?
So the goals of this club is definitely to enhance spirit here on campus, and as a Dog Pound leader, really just to show leadership and be an example for those other students.
And how does this club, contribute to NDP, and how does it make it the NDP that we know and love?
Oh, so Notre Dame, we've been recognized before for our student section before, so we have great spirit. Without spirit on campus, just high school wouldn't be as fun.
My NDP Dog Pound experience is definitely it's been one of the greatest experiences I've had for my high school year. I think Dog Pound's something everybody should strive to try to reach to. It's definitely a fun experience getting to coordinate events on campus, and it really just brings you closer to that NDP experience and really makes our high school years that much greater.
Yeah, and I know through COVID it can be pretty tough. So what have you guys done to kind of go work around that and still try to keep that spirit here at NDP?
So through COVID, especially with sporting events, we've worked a lot with the diocese over social distancing. I know our homecoming games, we were able to get players in the stands. Of course, we had to be 6 feet apart in masks, but it's more about, safety while still being able to, cheer on Notre Dame and show off Dog Pound spirit.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
My favorite part being a parent who's already been to Notre Dame is just the community here. I've been involved with the Mothers Guild and, the different clubs and community that we have here at Notre Dame, and it's been a very supportive and, positive place to be at. So,
what do you think about NDP makes it unique, compared to other high schools in the area?
Oh, I think the community, probably. I don't mean to keep saying the same thing, but I think the community at NDP, it's a very supportive place, and we've been very happy, very welcome with all the programs, and always have the answers to our questions and the resources that we need here.
There are so many students that are active leaders in the clubs, and they're the ones that look you in the eye, talk to you with so much respect and enthusiasm about the club that they're involved with. I think it's amazing.
As a prospective student, has any club stood out to you?
The baking club has. It seems fun. I can meet friends there and just have a good time.
As a current student, are you part of any clubs?
I'm not part of any clubs, but I want to join the Hope Kids Club because I saw them on the announcements and what they did seemed really cool and makes you feel good inside helping others.
Yeah. So what do you think your favorite part about the NDP community is?
I think it's the fact that they focus on the whole perspective of the students, right? It's a very welcoming community, but not just academically, but also athletically and religious. I think that's fantastic, and we appreciate it so much with Samantha so far, being a sophomore, that we're here for Rachel as an 8th grader to see what she thinks.
Similarly, we love the athletics. We love that there are so many options for the kids to get involved. And I feel like what underlies it all is a foundation of respect. And obviously the Catholic upbringing and kind of expanding on that is huge for us. And I personally love that there are both genders here at NDP. I feel like the real world is full of talented men and women, and you need to start from the beginning, kind of working together and being in partnership with one another. I love it.
Yeah, you keep talking about respect, the 3 R's. It's a big thing here on campus. So it's really great that you bring that up. And you represent the Diversity Student Union along with the Human Dignity Initiative. Could you talk to me a little bit about what that means and what that is?
Yes, of course, gladly. The Human Dignity Initiative is our community's attempt to address and embrace interracial, intercultural, interethnic relationships across our community. The Diversity Student Union is the student attachment to that broader initiative. And what the Diversity Student Union does as of right now, we meet every Monday at 2:45, and we discuss those cultural relationships and the bigger issues, not only on our campus but within our community, our nation. And we try to open the eyes and bring some exposure into our community regarding all the different cultures and backgrounds. We celebrate not only our differences, but our similarities.
If I have a message for students out there that are listening, I would really just say the main reason you should join is really just to get to know your student body, get to know your people, get to love everyone and every part of the community that you're in. So that's probably the best part for me, is growing to know all these different people, because obviously I come from a different background than a lot of other people, but so does everyone else. So getting to know those backgrounds and getting to know why people are the way they are and where they come from is a huge thing for me, and it makes it so much easier to love and embrace people.
So why is it super important to have faith formation at NDP? Because I think we approach education in a holistic sense. NDP seeks to educate mind, body, and soul. And so it's this understanding that we grow as human beings, not just by our mind, not even just physically through sports and athletics, but also with the soul. Like that we are answering those deepest questions of why am I here? What is my purpose? How am I called to serve? And those are the things that is answered directly by faith, and by our by God and who He has called us to be. And so those important questions are things that are not normally typically addressed in the other disciplines. And so it's essential in order to have a holistic approach to growth as a person.
For me personally, for the Director of Counseling, I oversee the entire department, but I am also a counselor just like the other ones, and I have my own caseload, and we do everything. We're a full-service counseling department. We do academics, we do social emotional, and then obviously we do college planning as well.
So this is a prep school,
Yes.
right? So how does the counseling department work to make sure that prep is added to the high school experience?
So prep kind of means two different things. It also means academic. It means the rigor of the curriculum, which we have here at Notre Dame. We have a very high rigor of curriculum. But we start with college planning with our freshmen. So we start from the minute they step on campus, letting them know exactly what they need to do, where they need to go in order to be where they want to be after they graduate their senior year. And we have a dedicated counselor just for our freshmen, which is wonderful. She's so wonderful and nurturing, and she really helps with that transition from middle school to high school. And then when they become sophomores, then we have 4 counselors that are divided up by alphabet. And we work with them through the entire 4 years with college and career and whatever they want to do for their lives.
So for the prospective students that may be watching this, what can they use the Department of Counseling for? What can they ask you? When can they come see you? How can they make sure that they use the counseling department to its fullest capabilities?
Oh, I love that question because I feel like we're very underutilized. Students can come see us pretty much anytime they want. They can see us before school, after school, at lunch. They can set up appointments. They can come talk to us if they're having trouble in a class, or if they're not sure if they're studying efficiently, or if they're not getting along with some of their friends. They can come talk to us about that, or if they're having, problems at home. And then, of course, with college and career, we have different platforms that they can use to decide, okay, these are my interests, and these are the different careers that might go well with my interests. And then they can start exploring that, and then, of course, starting to explore the different colleges and things. So we want them to come talk to us for just about anything that concerns them.
And what do you think makes this counseling program different from other high schools?
A lot of it is because we have a very small caseload. Each counselor has less than 200 students, which means that we are able to give our students the attention that they need rather than having 400 to 500 students where you're just really touching on just those that really need the help. So I think that's what is so important here, is that we do get to see all of our students at least, a couple times a semester, which is so important so that they can see who we are, what we're about, and how we can help them get where they want to be.
Here at Notre Dame, as we get our new performing arts building, we do 3 levels of class guitar. We have class guitar orchestra, jazz orchestra, jazz ensemble, vocals, dance, drama. We have all the different departments that we're building, kind of field of dreams. If we build it, they will come, and we'll be filling up that wonderful building behind us. But I have lots of growth to do, lots of wonderful kids doing wonderful performances, and hoping to keep that ball rolling, keep growing.
For prospective students coming in that may want to join the performing arts department, what can they look forward to with the new building being built?
Well, I mean, I wish I could have the answer for all of that. I'm looking forward to having a new space and an epic performance space, so hopefully they would be thinking the same thing. What they can look forward to is hopefully building a craft that nobody can ever take from them, which is accomplishment, which is what music is, expression, art, creativity. And hopefully the gift of that to have for the rest of their lives is what the performing arts could bring to their table, and that's what they should expect.
And from the Adventure Club,
yes,
through COVID, it's been difficult, I can tell.
Sure.
It's been difficult for a lot of us to get stuff done. So what has the Adventure Club done in the past, and what are your plans for it in the future?
Well, right now, the Adventure Club, we did a hike, last week or the week before. We had a great turnout, and then even the next club meeting got even bigger. But we've done everything from the Sierra Nevada mountains to the Grand Canyon North Rim to backpacking on the Mogollon Rim outside of Payson to hiking in our very own backyard in the McDowell Mountains. It's something that I'm very passionate about as well as music, but I love to teach physical education, self-perseverance, self-reliance, teach them how to hike, teach them how to know that they can do it and how to get it done and get after things that they thought that they weren't able to do. So that's something that I like to bring to the table with equal passion that I do with music.
It is a challenge for the kids that are online to keep them engaged, to constantly keep them engaged and check on them. But we've had a bunch of awesome professional development training to teach us different activities and strategies to make sure that we're incorporating them into the classroom, even though they're not physically present. And like for language, like I said, we do the verbal testing, we accommodate them. We're constantly calling on them. It's like they may not be here physically, but they're still in the class and they're getting as much attention as the kids are in the classroom. So actually a student gave us a shout out the other day saying that we're doing a really good job incorporating them and they don't feel like, they're sitting behind a screen just sort of separated from the rest of the class. They really feel a part of it. So that was nice to hear.
So you are the president of one of the most popular clubs on this campus, and that is the Baking Club. What do you have to say about it?
I've had a really good time in our club so far over the past 3 years. We've had a lot of service opportunities, and I'm really proud to be a part of it. And it's an honor to be one of the presidents of the biggest club on campus.
So what do you guys do on and off campus to, as a club?
We used to do a lot of catering events, but we definitely had to change everything this year because of the recent pandemic. So we started doing a lot more live streams. We're working really closely with Hope Kids this year, and we're doing live events every month where we come on and work with the kids, and we prepare something on our end and give them the ingredients on their end to help bake along with us. And we're also doing a few catering and fundraising events.
All right, and what goals do you have for this club, going into the future?
We have some really big goals as a club. We're always trying to get a couple more members. We have 114 right now, which is very admirable and we're very proud of. But there's always room to improve, and we're just looking to have some more events, keep stuff going during the pandemic, and just expand and help teach people the fundamentals of cooking.
And how does Baking Club contribute to the culture we have here at NDP?
I think it's a really big part of it. There's nothing like coming to school. Last year when we had our Mardi Gras event and you just have 800 cupcakes sitting out, it's a great thing to be in that position to provide just something sweeter for the kids' days, and also just to have those service opportunities for other people to get involved.
If you have a message for coming in transfer or first year students, what would you say?
Our motto here at Baking Club is Bake to You with Love. So if you're into baking, you want to learn about it, or you want to expand your knowledge and help become part of our community, we'd love to have you.
So here there's a lot of clubs for students, but this is actually very interesting because it's a Mother's Guild and a Dad's Club. Could you expand on what that really is here?
Yes, so we are so blessed to have a community for parents at Notre Dame, just like the students. They have clubs, various clubs. So Mother's Guild, of course, for the mothers, and Dad's Club for the fathers. And we're here to support Notre Dame in any way we can. We're here to volunteer, to support community, faith, to raise money, and to do events, to socialize, to build our own community, and enjoy Notre Dame.
What are some of the events that you guys do?
So Mother's Guild, we have certain offshoot clubs such as book club, and we have game night club, we have hiking club, We just came up with a few others. We have faith formation. We have, just to name a few. Oh, we have food and wine club. Yes, that's been a popular one.
Yeah, sounds really fun. So, how does the Mothers Guild and the Dads Club contribute to the culture that we have here at NDP?
It builds community. Having a daughter here and not knowing too many parents, it really built our community at Notre Dame. We're so proud of the people we've met and how we were able to form networks with other parents and going through what we go through and just involving that relationships and understanding more about Notre Dame through other parents' experiences, hearing what they went through too. It's been valuable.
With ambassadors in particular, I love public speaking. I love communicating with people. And so I contribute just with spirit. I like to be super informative and down to earth with the people that come through Notre Dame. Don't really want to put on a facade and show them what they got. And with other clubs, I'm super involved in house system as well. I'm senior captain, not house captain, but senior captain. So student leadership is definitely my main forte.
All right. And through, it's been a crazy year all around. How have you been able to, still connect with the students through, whether it be a house captain, whether it be as an ambassador? How do you get through this COVID era?
Well, I got to remind myself we're all going through it together. And just setting up a lot of virtual events has definitely helped. Communication is a big part of running clubs on campus. If you miss a meeting, it kind of throws everyone off. So making sure that we have spreadsheets and email chains to keep people connected has definitely helped with the organization aspect. But in terms of, spiritually guiding people, I just like to be grateful for what we have, and being able to put on this open house has definitely allowed me to get a sense of normality in talking to people, because that's what I enjoy doing.
And for prospective students who may be thinking about joining, being a house captain maybe in their junior or senior year, or joining and being an ambassador, what would you say to them?
I'd say it's definitely easy to get involved in. I was ambassador for all 4 years here, and Miss Beers reached out to me last year, so I got to train under the wonderful seniors that were lead ambassadors last year, and she then asked me to be the lead ambassador my senior year. So I just say get involved. It's super cliche, but it's true. Find things you're interested in. Go crazy freshman year signing up for all the clubs, and go to the meetings because you get to learn about what they do. And service projects are also super fun. For example, for medical club, we have a service project for Do Good December that's writing letters for healthcare workers. So they're going to be posted for those healthcare workers. And so that's just an example of getting involved. And house activities in particular is super easy, the way that that's set up to get involved. I was involved all 4 years and was junior and sophomore captain as well. So that gave me some exposure to the system and learning how to work with other people and planning cohesive and fun events as well. So just get involved.
For any potential parents coming into the school next year, what would you say to them about joining the Dads Club?
I would say it's a must. You really need to. And I think we have over 200 new kids in the school this year. And so we've probably had more engagement from this year's dads just because they haven't been on campus. And we think that'll just grow. So getting engaged with the Dads Club, we think, is a great way to meet new people and enjoy some of the activities we've got going on.
So the house system, for some people who may not know, what is that?
At Notre Dame, we have 10 houses, one community of saints. So we've divided all of our students into 10 houses. And the goal of it was to create a smaller environment where you could connect with students. 800 isn't a huge school, but it can feel really huge. So it's a way of making it smaller, make sure everybody can make connections.
And how are the houses split up?
We use a term we call selectively random, which I think we invented, but we wanted it to be a cross-section of our campus in every house. So we divided up the big groups, like the football team was divided evenly between 10 houses, National Honor Society divided evenly between 10 houses, so that we had like a microcosm of our community in every house.
And how do you think, through the house system, the culture at NDP here, how does it contribute?
My two favorite culture changes that we've had through the house system, the first one is the way that we take care of our freshmen. Because they're in a house in a smaller group, our seniors and juniors really take mentor, big brother, big sister roles with our freshmen. So they really help them and help them to be included quicker because they know them, because they're in their house. So I think that's been a huge addition. The other thing is that we have healthy competition. That is fun. It doesn't get mean. It's a healthy competition between the houses. They tease each other. They compete passionately and and they care, but it's still a really positive competition, and I really like that.
And how does the house system here at NDP, make it unique and separate it from other high schools that are in the area?
I think it makes it unique in the sense that all of us, whether we're teenagers or adults, we have a tendency to go to like people. That's how cliques form. But with the house, you have such a cross section of campus. You have the opportunity to know somebody you might not know otherwise. So you get an opportunity to broaden your knowledge and your experience and your friendships with different people.
So the athletic department, could you tell me a little bit about what the athletic department does here at NDP?
Yeah, we have multiple sports at all grade levels and male and female. At 4A level now, and football is now at the 5A level. But we have several of them that we can generate through fall, winter, and spring sports.
And for a student that may be coming in, why NDP?
Well, we're such a small, tight community that we're able to play multiple sports. We encourage several of the students to play multiple sports, unlike other schools where they have a demand on one specific sport. We allow them to be able to play a fall sport and a winter sport and even a spring sport and still be able to do all the other ones to stay with what they like to do best. So.
Yeah, and still be successful. Actually, recently there was a signing day, right?
Yes.
Where over about 10 seniors were signed to colleges, and that's always very exciting, right? So for students that may think that, it's, there are tryouts, of course. How do you foster the mentality of, you may not be good enough 1 year, but that doesn't mean you're excluded?
Well, it's specific on baseball because that's what I coach. We run a fall program and a winter program, which is all developmental. So they're able to participate in that, get better, and then reach the springtime, and then we have a cut sport. Not all sports here are cut sports. Track, football, and several others are, you can be on the program and be able to play those. And then the ones that are cut sports, if you do not make it, we encourage them to go to another sport and continue to keep developing what they like to do. So.
Yeah, and through this crazy year of COVID, what is the athletic department doing to make sure that not only the coaches but the players stay safe?
Well, we're doing quite a bit. In the weight room, we spray everything down. We have groups of 10 at that. On the sports side of it, on the fields, we're in separate groups. Doing the things that we're supposed to do with the COVID part, and just kind of waiting day to day to figure out what our next move is. But all sports are moving forward and getting things done through this pandemic.
So what's some of the stuff that you're involved in here on campus?
I am the singer and guitarist for Jazz Ensemble. I've been in honors choir my all 4 years, and then I also stage manage the plays and musicals.
So, quite the mouthful. You're very involved here with the performing arts, and we're getting a new performing arts center.
Yes.
What does that mean for you and all the things that you're involved in?
It's going to be a great facility to practice in. We're going to have a new black box theater, as you guys are aware of, and it's going to be a great place to perform, and it's going to showcase all of the talent we have here on campus.
And through COVID, of course, it's difficult to have shows and all of that. How is the performing arts department working through that?
Well, in choir, we're doing virtual performances, so we're all recording, and she's going to edit it together. In Jazz Ensemble, we're just working on our individual instrument, like I'm working more on guitar right now. And then for plays, we actually just had our radio plays, which was great. They just sat 6 feet apart. They acted beautifully, and we all did the lighting sounds as normal, which was amazing.
And how does the jazz ensemble, the choir, and the drama aspect contribute to the culture here at NDP?
Notre Dame being more athletically driven, we do bring some diversity onto campus. We also have our fine arts night usually, which is great for all the students to kind of get together, and it's just music bonds people in a way that nothing else does. So it's amazing to see what music, how it can affect others and bond others.
For incoming students, what should they be excited about?
All of the opportunities. We have guitar orchestra, jazz ensemble, many choirs. Like we have so many opportunities for musical growth here. We also have guitar classes and where anyone can just start playing guitar. I know people that have started in Guitar 1, fell in love with it, and now are in advanced guitar with me. So it's amazing to watch people grow, and I feel like everyone has a kind of a musical side to them, so it's great how Notre Dame can kind of expand on that.
And if there's people like on the fence, maybe they don't think they're too good at guitar, maybe they don't know if they're, drama's for them, what would you say to them?
Take a class on campus. Use one of your electives. You have so many. Use it to take Guitar 1, or we have acting class, public speaking. See what you kind of fit into, and then we also have clubs outside of campus. Like we have DJ club and drama club, and we have Tri-M, which is a music society. So just make sure to get involved any way you can.
So I'm a varsity wrestler and tennis player. I'm also one of our 2 student reps along with Brooke Pauley, and that's one of the new positions we created this year we're kind of like the head of the house council. We work with administration a lot to make sure all the students are heard and things like that. I'm also a house captain of St. Maximilian Colby, and I'm one of 3 heads of Dog Pound.
Wow, wait, the mouthful. To all the new students who may be watching this, what would you say to them?
Get involved. Get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved, get involved. It's such a small school with so many different opportunities that you can really find your place and build your career and build your path. And just figure out a way to become who you are. High school is a time of growth, and take advantage of it.
Yeah, and you are a great example of getting involved. Thank you so much for this interview, Colin.
Thank you, guys.